obviously, though, we got to talk about it, yo, because Lamar's always on here because that's my guy. He's played great football, and he's not selfish. The run game works, he'll run. If the pass game is working, he'll pass. We've been winning. And every game we lost, we should have won. And we could definitively say that for once, yo. Like, nobody fried us, bro.
Not on superfan stuff. You know how super fans, you be like, yeah, we lost 28-7, but we should have won that game. It's like, nah. This is actually realistic, yo.
It's been none of that. We should be 8-0.
Nah, we should. Like, the Colts game was like, come on, bro. And then the Steelers was like, come on, bro. What are we doing right now? Like,
we just couldn't execute that game. That was bad.
But we starting to gel.
We execute.
It's coming together.
This is what we said in that Steelers week. As long as we execute, we're fine.
Because there's so many targets on the offense.
Oh, let's get into
anybody could shake.
Let's mention the game first that happened.
Oh yeah,
I wanted you to talk about it. We was getting around in a roundabout way, but yes, I was down there. Of course, you know I'm always. I'm gonna try to be at every home game. The one I'm gonna miss this year, unfortunately, is the Bengals game, but I'll be at the Browns game as well. But this game, energy was up. Weather was phenomenal. Yeah. You don't get no better weather like that in Baltimore in November at a football game. I'm used to having layers.
Like September weather.
Yeah. That's like almost it was almost 70 degrees out there. It was feeling nice.
70, I thought.
Yeah, it got hot out there. Nice. It literally got hot out there. I had the hoodie on and everything, but no, salute to so while I was there, we get down there, we hit the Ravens Walk. We starting to realize now if you coming down the Ravens Walk, it's a lot, and it is an experience if you've never been down there to do it, but we've been going down there so long that it's an annoyance now. It's an hindrance. It's getting in my way. I got to get around it. So we found a little nook and cranny that you go on the outside, walk down the parking lot. You can get down there a little bit quicker, so you don't got to be up in the riffraff. But we get down there, get up to the seats. Dad out there just chilling already. He had already taken his selfie to send to the fam and everything like he does.
That's hard. Shout out Dad, man.
Salute to Dad, man. He definitely got a shot of us in the stands. That's really good. Like, I respect that shot in the stands. So I get there. You know, in my mind, I was like, me and my godbrother will always grab our libations or whatever we drinking and shit before we actually go up to the stands.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not coming back down here. I'm dual wheeling, yo.
You was like a college game. You was stone cold at a college
and I appreciate everybody caught me that I put it on my Instagram story and I used Lil Wayne and DJ Drama in them, the cannon joint.
Okay.
So I used that because I had the loose cannons out there. And I named it the cannons is what I put as the little joint, yo. But no, I was out there and I got cooked a little too early.
I know you was hurt. You drank them in one quarter, you be cooked.
Yo, I drank a whole one before the game started. So I was already
turned.
Why you talking so loud? I'm getting hyped.
Yeah, you cheering overly hard when they announced the Ravens.
So I can't remember. So we get into the game. Y'all gotta correct me if I'm wrong. We started out it was a little slow at first, right? It was a little bit of a challenge at first to get that ball moving somewhat, but ultimately we got it moving, and that's when the homie Durant hit me up, and he's come through.
Durant, man.
He's come through on podcasts before. Salute to him coming through.
The guy.
He hits me up.
Champagne Convos.
Yes, indeed.
Check
them out.
Yeah.
Check them out on Instagram.
Conveezies.
I think it's Durant. What's it? I don't know his Instagram handle.
Durant be fresh, I believe.
That's it. Okay.
But it's spelled
with a P, right?
Yeah, PH.
Yeah, PH. Instead of just the regular.
Yeah, everything else is spelled the normal way of fresh. But yeah, he hits me up. He's at the game with his brother. His brother is down there. I get to see both of them.
Shout out Devin.
I hadn't seen them in forever, so we start cooking. This is before I go down there to see them. So I tell them I'm going to come down at halftime to see y'all real quick. So as we starting to cook, I'm talking trash immediately because it's a lot. Seattle, it wasn't as many as Detroit had, but it was a pretty significant amount of Seattle fans in there trying to do what they could do. You gotta
remember, they've been a competitive team for a long time, so they got a bandwagon fan base.
Yes.
But before Legion of Boom, I don't know Seahawks fans. But yeah, you can go back.
They always had tough apparel and logos and stuff.
Facts.
Always.
I like the retro jerseys.
Yeah,
I just like that. I like their jerseys even when they wasn't good. And then in like the mid 2000s,
like Sean Alexander.
You're right. They always had good colorways in general. Not even just the vintage. It's just been throughout.
Because they wore the vintage joints, a variation of them recently. They look crazy.
Fire. I love.
They've always had tough gear, but yeah.
But yes, We in there. They're not talking crazy though. Seattle's fans are pretty reserved. So, and of course, they didn't have room to talk. They only scored 3 points on us, so it wasn't really much room to talk to us. You know what I mean? They had a few times where we made some mistakes. I think Lamar might have fumbled one time with the handoff to Hill.
But that's what happened with that read option.
That's what happens when you don't.
And
understand
the one from the backside pause, like they finally gave Lamar his credit. Like when he fumbled, it was like he was like getting out of there, and then it was somebody came from behind. And they was like, the first time in TV history, they was like, that was Ronnie Stanley's fault. Like, he can't just let him come in there like that and collapse the pocket like that. You won't see it coming.
No, so I immediately get through. I get through that second one probably about halfway through the second quarter. I think I get through that second one. So now I'm all the way locked in, and we cooking now. Yeah. And the Ravens continued to cook that entire game. So, like, I guess I finally get down there, talk with Durant to get to see his brother. His brother is killing the game right now.
I love it. Keep winning.
Devin,
keep doing great things.
Devin, you killing the game, like bro. Oh, my goodness. I was hyped to see that. I like to see stuff like that.
I like it a lot.
I like to see stuff like that. So it was good to talk with him.
Shout out my man. What's his name? Mr. Hotspot.
Yo, my man.
I like it.
What do you call them joints? A young gripper. It's a young gripper. A young gripper is crazy.
That's the funniest thing to call a sound.
You gotta pause that.
That's the funniest thing of all time.
A young gripper.
It's hilarious,
bro. But back to the Ravens Seahawks, we gotta give a major shout out to. I always bring him up. Kyle Hamilton. He had a couple big plays. Geno Stone, Gus Edwards. And then, what's his name? Keaton Mitchell?
Keaton Mitchell. Yeah.
Keaton Mitchell. Oh, my boy.
You forgetting
That's how you get out there and go
I don't even know why you disrespecting him. Like, did you say Kyle Van Noy?
I didn't say Kyle Van Noy.
Our defensive line in general.
Bro, the linebackers.
Clowney and all them, everybody's balling.
Crazy.
The defense is balling.
Yeah.
That is it.
Like, yo, the linebackers really man-child.
That's it, bro. No, I seen Queen out there getting it.
What's the name? Put it in perspective. Who was it? Dang, I want to give them their credit. If I remember later, I just want to get to it, though. It was like, yo, to put in perspective how ridiculous his defense is, to only allow, 14 or 15 points. They was like, it's in this era, the past happy era.
Yeah.
That's even way more ridiculous. That's amazing 20 years ago.
I think they
in
said
this era, that's crazy. Yo.
At home right now, those past 2 home games, we outscored the opponent. It was like 70-something to like 9 or 10 or something like that. Yo. Like, we are smoking people. Yo. Like, this is really good. This is what I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit more throw, but if the run worked, the run worked. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, bro.
What? They try to do whatever works.
What?
I'm not mad at it at all.
Just stick with it, whatever's working that day, because, each game is different.
Because you got to think, you can't overly compensate on one thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, you got to think, like, all right, they dialed in straight running backs. Lamar break that joint. They still got a receiving core. Like, bro, and we got a nice defense.
Oh, you know
like,
who's been making me happy, and I got to give you respect.
We might be able to do it this year, yo.
Bateman, you finally catching the rock, bro.
Aggressively.
Hands on the ball, bro. Yeah. That's all I wanted you to do this whole time. He's doing it. It's not impressive, crazy numbers, but when he's throwing him the ball, getting that 8 yards that we need to get for the 3rd and 7, that's what we needed you to do this whole time, and you're doing it.